Hello, my name is Kirsten Saylor. I'm the School Garden Specialist on behalf of St. Paul Public Schools, and I wanted to show you the next step in putting together a map for your school garden. We had in previous video shown how we took screenshots of a satellite view of the school and the area in which we're proposing to have a garden. In this case, we were looking at Bruce Vento Elementary School, where I currently do much of my work. Down here is our current garden. For the purposes of this video, I'm also going to share with you what we were thinking about for potentially having another garden, a pollinator garden, right here on this side of the school. It's right next to the playground. I think the kids want to be able to connect with it easier. What we have over here to your right is a close-up of that area, and we'll be marking that up as well. We took a lot of screenshots in the last one, and what you don't see here is that I cleaned them up. I also renamed them so that I could easily look to them later. I kept the best map that I had for the full campus for Bruce Vento, and I kept this one of the garden site. It's a pretty good close-up, and then I labeled it appropriately. And thinking about this a little bit more, I might just even say, what's the date for this proposal? So I'm going to put winter 2019. You could put 2019 to 20 if this was the school year that you're working in. I'm going to close. We're good with that. Press return, and it keeps the new site. I'm going to pause for a second, pull up my pages. This is the word processing application that I prefer to use, but any of them will work. Super. So you can see that I pulled up a document. I haven't titled it yet. That's fine. It'll save. I put the school and I put the pollinator garden proposal on it. If I had a real title for it, I could also give it the fun title, but the kids haven't named it yet. I'm putting around today's date. It doesn't have to be specific, but it should be close because you will probably have multiple versions of this, so make sure you have a date. You could say something even that this is the date it was created. Created 12/12/19, and then you could put modified 12/20/19 as you learn more and more about it. Putting dates on proposals is super helpful, if only because people are going to end up with multiple versions and we need to know what the latest and the greatest is. Documenting your changes in this way also helps people see that there was some process involved. Lastly, before I go any further, make sure that if you're going to put a proposal together, that before it goes anywhere, that you have talked to the principal before and the lead custodian to see what kind of issues that they might have, and they might say no to the project before you've even started. Okay, so for this purpose, I'm going to pull this document in here. The first page, oh, I'm not doing a very good job of that. Let's close this one up, and we'll try it again. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to pull this document back so you can see, and I'm just going to readjust it for here. Depending on people, what people are asking, you don't have to put too much into it just yet. We're all learning. But here's where I want to pull this down a little bit and say how I would use this. The reason why I would put it on pages to do it is because then as you put shapes on here, you will be able to then keep it going. All right, so I really can't talk and work at the same time. So for this purpose, because you're just highlighting the area in which you want to have the garden, maybe we don't even want to say it's that big. It's like right in here. It's just to give a general idea of what we're looking for. Make it stand out a little bit. That's just fine. What I would do, however, is because if you shift this around, you're going to lose it. So what you're going to do is the next thing. So we're going to go up to Format. I'm going to pull this out a little bit so you can see it. And I'm going to grab that image. I'm going to press my Command key and tap on the other image. And what I'm going to do is go under Arrange and go down to Group. What this does is it keeps it locked in. So if any piece of it moves, everything moves together. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm going to try and add a page here. I think I'm probably just going to go insert page break. There we go. And start a new page fresh. Let's see, let's grab that one. I'm going to close it because it seems to work better for me. And just to make sure everybody's on the same. Get in here. I'm going to put this. Let's see if I can get this. Try it one more time. Aha. Just not working very well with mine. And this is embarrassing. All right, start over, grab. All right, tell you what, I'm going to get it on there, and then I'm going to start up again. Well, I did it. I just had to have not be watched when I was doing it, so that's what made it possible. I'm bringing this down again because I want to show you how we can work with shapes on this one. Our area is super simple because we have a pollinator garden, and I feel like just to give you the idea of what this could look like. What I'm going to do is go over here to the style, and I'm going to say no fill. I don't want any fill in there, but they don't see it otherwise unless I make a nice strong border. So I do want a border. I want a line border, and that's pretty strong, but I do want it to pop out a little bit. So this blue is a really nice one, or it won't show up so well, however, on black and white, so maybe something like that might be in order. This might be the extent of the pollinator garden for now, for this first phase of the proposal. However, over here we should be writing something about what we want to grow. Aha, see, so now probably what I want to do is stick this, again, do that whole grouping thing. I'm going to grab this image because now only the border, hold my command key, press this, go to arrange and group, that it shouldn't move as much now. What we want to grow, perennial pollinator plants throughout the area. We would stage in our plantings so that each area is well planted and able to be maintained. Other features can include a walking path, because you're watching, I can't type. A walking path, and probably have like a simple post rope fence to prevent people from walking through. And to be clear, I'm not preventing anybody. I'm just, I'm not really preventing anybody. I think I will leave that there for now until somebody wants me to be more clear on that. It doesn't prevent, but it helps them know that that garden is there when it's young. So I did actually talk about how to do this in phases. So here's what I would suggest is take this, we can use a different shape. We can, again, change the color, the style to be, let's say pink. Oh, that's silly. And we want to have a line. I want it to be 5. And I am silly, so we're going to say no fill. And I'm going to give it a different color. Hot pink. Use any color. I would test this out once you get going. It's easier to do it. So we might just start right here so that when the kids are coming in from recess, right here, that there's something to look at. We might just make this phase 1. And so to add that in there, I'll just add, oh, not that. Oh. Okay, I'm going to stop. Okay, we're about to wrap up here. I realize what my mistake was. Every program is a little bit different. In this one, I realized I couldn't put text in until I had it filled in. And so I could very well put a second photo like this and put it on a second page. Or what I can do now, I'm not going to do that, I guess, is I can change the color of my text to be hot pink, and then go ahead and modify this so that the style again goes back to what I was interested in, which would be a line. Oh, I have to get going soon. And to do no fill. And that way, make this bulleted. And then I can put that over here. The beautiful thing is that once I have that one done, I can make a copy of it. So that's Command C. Don't be on that one anymore, so just click out of there. And I can do it again. I can then change this to stage 2. And go on and on, up right on up to the very end. I haven't measured this out. I don't know what it would look like. Before I actually submitted it to district, I would need to walk the length and measure out what this width is, what this is, and the general shape of each stage. They're going to ask questions about that, so I might as well do that. It's also a great measuring project to do with the students, so it's a great thing for them to engage in, to create their own map. But this is for you to kind of help you with that. My last thing, which I'm going to say, is why this is such a great way to do this. I'm going to just delete that for now. And I'm going to ungroup these. You can see right down here. And what happens is if I click out and then I click on the things I want to group. This one, and this one. That if I group these right here, that means I can take this thing away and we can just have a generic map down the road. Pretend that you don't see this. That kids can then write on. It's got white space behind it. And that's just a little bit of something. This went on a little longer than I'd hoped. Thanks for hanging in there. Feel free to give me a call. My phone number. You can email me at any time. And it's kirstensaylor@spps.org. Give me a jingle. And I wish you good luck. We'll see you in the garden.